Welcome to the Music with a Message series brought to you by the Seattle World Tour as part of our winter fundraiser and food drive. I'm Taylor Hart from Respect My Region, and I'm sitting here with Scarlet Parke.
Hello.
Hello. And so it's been kind of a crazy year.
Just a little bit.
Just a smidgen. How have you been handling with COVID and the pandemic and all of that?
It was definitely a test of my patience, trust in the universe, and also myself. It's been a big hurdle, but I feel like we're approaching the end, which is great. And I actually like who I came out at. Like I like how I came out on the other side of it. You know?
A lot of growth and development for you over the year. Yeah. And so I kind of followed you throughout all of it, follow you on social media. It seems like you were bouncing around just a little bit throughout COVID.
Oh, yeah.
A little struggle having to move out of LA at all?
Yeah, I was living in Long Beach with my then fiance, and we broke up at the beginning of COVID. And it was kind of either figure out a place to stay in LA where I didn't really know a lot of people, or just move back home, and I just decided to go back and stay with my dad. Yeah.
And did that help keep your creativity alive, or did you feel any hindrance of creativity when everything started to go down?
I mean, the silver lining through all of this is that when life gets hard, that's when creative juices flow for me. So
For sure.
I kind of embrace struggle a little bit. I'm not new to the struggle game. So although I didn't expect to see myself in this position, none of us did. So I was grateful to have a place to go.
That's good. And so throughout this, you have let me in on the secret of what's coming out soon. And you've been working on Dream Girl.
Yes.
Talk to me a little bit about Dream Girl.
So Dream Girl is where I think my entire life has been bringing me. All the experiences I've had, all of the relationships I've had, the moves, the struggles, the drama, everything was really leading me to this point where I found my path and my sound finally, after searching for my sound. You know, I've played with a lot of different variations of bands and DJs, and I feel like I finally have arrived at the place and the person that I really wanted to be. Not obviously no final stage, because we're always growing, but just to have kind of a sense of self. So I'm releasing an album called Dream Girl that pretty much documents the process of a breakup, a pandemic, moving back in with your dad, having to have the realization that if you ever want to get ahead in life, you have to cut off the people that are holding you down, and really believe in yourself. So that's the project that's coming out. And I hope that it inspires people that were in my spot, a couple years ago when I was just kind of feeling lost and maybe not sure if I was doing the right thing, or sure if I was, if meeting the right people, or, all of that. So,
And so you are wearing some of the merch.
I am.
How has the process been of helping design merch and get a whole, because Dream Girl is not just going to be an album, it seems like it's going to be a whole, it's a lifestyle for you, right?
Yes. I'm so glad that that's translating through, because it's a very, I've been doing, so for anybody who has never followed me or heard of me, I just recently did a 12 Days of Dream Girl promotion where just really trying to portray the message and the lifestyle and the motto, I guess, of it, and that it is going to be a lifestyle brand, and it is going to be something that I want to turn into not just a clothing brand, but something more impactful, education, youth outreach, mental health advocacy, all of those things is really what Dream Girl is about.
Yeah, you do kind of like a lot of little life coaching for a lot of artists and whatnot through your work with like Park Ave and just helping people just like build up themselves. And so it's amazing. I've already picked up on a lot of those little things with what you've done so far with Dream Girls. So I'm really excited to see what happens in this upcoming year with it. And after hearing what you performed today for us, I'm super excited because I love the sound that you've come to. So just switching the gears now, I never know how to transition into this part of the interview because it's a lot more serious with it. But you mentioned wanting to turn Dream Girl into more of a lifestyle where you reach out and help with the community and all of that. And so talking about like the homelessness issues that we have here in King County, there's so many people out there who just don't even have the resources or have the opportunities to do it. How do you think that Dream Girl will help you like provide some opportunity, or do you think you will provide some opportunity through it?
Totally. Absolutely. Dream Girl for me, and the message that I think will really help anybody who is down on their luck is that change comes from believing, one, that you are worthy of it and that you can achieve it, and that it is meant for you and not just for other people. That success is just as attainable for a homeless person who's struggling now. It doesn't have to be a forever thing. I think that a lot of people, myself included, like can go into these really dark mental places where things seem so hopeless and dark and sinister and all these things. And so much of it can be just like what you guys are doing with this amazing fundraiser, is being able to provide a glimmer of hope. And that's really the mission of Dream Girl, is to provide a glimmer of hope for somebody who's about to give up on themselves.
And I think that's pretty inspirational of you to do.
I mean, the more it grows, like it'll be equal parts giving back and like supporting people that need it, because there were people that did that for me, So many people did that for me. I really fought my own dreams for a long time, and I think that a lot of us can do that. And that alone is so defeating, right? So I think, especially even being in a position like that, whether, I personally connect a lot with youth that struggle, broken families, and obviously that can lead to adult problems as well. Right. So I just think it's really, really important to empower people and encourage people to not lose sight of their dreams, whether even if it's like even if it's something silly, like you want to be a professional scuba diver, but nobody in your life, everybody in your life tells you that that's stupid and that you can't do that, like I want to somehow reach those people and be like, you can absolutely do that. Like 100%, like what's the next step? Like the first step is believing, which sounds so cliche, but it's the hardest thing to do.
It is.
Because there's so many things going on in the world all the time. There's always somebody who needs your help, and there's always somebody, but like, have you taken the time to ask yourself what you need and how you can get there? And
right. And at this moment, we don't even know what the future of our own Earth is.
Right.
So, I mean, everybody just, I feel like, needs to continue to believe in themselves and believe in us as a community that we can do this and that we can overcome these things. And it absolutely starts within yourself.
Well, and that's kind of what I learned through COVID. I was like, wow, when the whole world shuts down, who am I?
Right.
What do I have left? Like, what am I thinking about? What do I have to offer the world when the typical things that I was giving back, or thought that I was giving back, or thought that my value was, like, wasn't valuable. Right. And that was a really hard realization to know that not only am I not fully committing to my own dream, but I'm like half servicing other people because I'm not even servicing myself correctly, And so I think if we can all come from a place of understanding what our dreams are and what we want to do with them, and we can then help others to achieve that as well.
Yeah. And I think with homeless people who don't necessarily want to become part of society, there's a lot of people who want to be nomadic and just live on the land. I think understanding that is their dream and that's what they want to do, and helping them live in that manner in a better way is how we can be a healthier community as well. And so I absolutely believe that what you're saying, if you believe in yourself and you believe that everybody can do that as well, and you can help them achieve that is part of healing us as a society, for sure.
Yeah. I mean, it takes a lot of anger out of a person, right?
It does.
Like when you can come to terms with that if your dream is different from somebody else's, it's not the average dream, right? It's not. And I think most of us have those. Yeah. And I think a lot of our I've had way too much time to think about this. So tell me if I've completely gone off the deep end here, but I think so much of our society is so broken because people aren't allowed to do what they want to do. They're forced to do these shitty jobs, these bad jobs that they don't want to do. They waste their life, or they waste their life for somebody else's dream, right? You're working for somebody else, and really nobody has to do that anymore. Like the internet, the ability to travel, like any set of skills can be monetized and you can live off of that. So even if it's somebody who prefers to live off the land, that they can fully find a living doing that, and people who don't have that dream need to understand that, but also vice versa, So I think it's a matter of understanding that everybody has a different mindset and goal and way they want to live. And I'm curious to see what's going to happen.
I don't even have any predictions at this point.
Right, I don't either. I've
tried all year. Like, this is what's gonna happen here. This is I don't have any predictions other than just hoping that everybody in society refocuses and wakes up from this dream that they've been living, and refocuses on what's important. And not this materialistic Hollywood world we've been living in.
I mean, and you know what? Who's to say, this is a hot take, but who's to say that this isn't exactly what we all needed?
I think it is. It's exactly what I needed, quite honestly. Like you, I've grown a lot and thought about a lot of things, and thought about how things were going and what I thought was important and what I thought my path was going to be. And it's completely shifted and completely changed. So if everybody can do that, and we can come back together and open, and be a little bit healthier, happier society, it would be just the best.
Right. Totally.
So yeah, I think that's fantastic. If there's anything else that you want to add in, anything else that it's open for whatever you want to kind of
my little shameless plug moment.
Shameless plugs. Yes, plug. Whatever you would like to include in.
Well, Dream Girl is coming out in 2021. I will be releasing the title track Dream Girl, January 8th, and you can get these sweatsuits. They're for men and women. They're just something cozy. Yeah, but it's the first merch I've ever dropped. And I just never was I'm not a person who likes to sell things that I wouldn't personally die in, so. But check out Dream Girl. If you're a dreamer, follow me. I'm always trying to just keep positive and motivational content on my page. So
perfect. Awesome.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Yeah.
Did you really mean it when you said I was your dream?